All right, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another awesome live stream. It's another awesome Monday, which means another awesome Karjakz Vs Assassins day. Give me a second, y'all. Let me straighten out my banner. I'm like, what the? There we go. All right, people, forgive the yeah, that thing was weird. So y'all, thank y'all for joining me tonight, man. Another awesome live stream with yours truly, man. And today we get to talk about Karjakz Vs Assassins, comic book animation. As you well know, I told you I was working on the animation intro. Well, first things first, let me thank everybody who's being part of the chat and who continues to join me every night, checking out my cool stuff, checking out my cool videos. Hey, look, thank y'all. Look, YouTube is where it's at. I'm on TikTok sometimes, but Mondays, I don't waste my time being on TikTok sometimes because I don't have time for the shadow banning. So I'd rather be on YouTube. I can actually advertise my website, because on TikTok, the minute I talk about my website, it's automatic. They start blocking me. That's just crazy. But thank y'all for joining me tonight, man. So Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day, comic book, the animation series. Man, I'm actually working on it right now, man. And unfortunately, I can't show it to y'all, but it's next level sick. You know what I'm saying? It's next level sick. It's the type of it's gonna change everything. I really think, like, the more I'm doing this stuff, the more I can't believe how far I've come. So y'all, hey, look, today's been tremendous year. As your year is counting down, and the year is getting we're getting closer to the end. So end of the year. Hopefully you've achieved a lot, man. You've done a lot with yourself, and you've come closer and closer every single day to your dream. Because if you ain't got that, man, you ain't got nothing. So let's be in pursuit of our dreams. You know what I mean? But today, man, we're gonna talk about some Karjakz Vs Assassins, the comic book, and then of course you got the animation series. The whole idea started with me just wanting to have an animation series, and then I worked on bio books. In fact, let me see if I can find my bio books, because the bio books is what allows me to now have a comic book. Yes, sir. The bio book is what allows me now to have a comic book. So you can't complain about that. And welcome to the chat, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate that, y'all. I got to think of what my question of the day is going to be. But, you know, for me, the comic book is a big deal, man. And every Monday I try to make sure I come out here and explain the comic book. But, you know, this comic book doesn't exist without these three bio books. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome. I'm good. Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome everybody to the chat. Yep, that's what I like to hear. Cool. So these right here, these three little books led to the first official Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. I don't think a lot of people understand how much work I put into coming from these guys to these guys right here. So with this comic book, I've got three versions. I've got two versions. I've got the small, I've got the large. I got the small version, I got the large version. So if you're a fan of comic books, if your eyes are good, you get the small. If your eyes are suspect, it worked that good, you get the larger one. The comic book was not a I planned it out. In fact, I wasn't even trying to release it this year, mainly because I thought it was the recession. Excuse me. But I'm happy to say I was proven wrong, and I'm so glad that I did release the book this year. Hey, I'll get the likes and views as I get them. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for saying those words too as well. Appreciate it. You know, hey, look, that's the thing about YouTube. If you grow organically, you're going to grow for a further long time. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like TikTok or Instagram or anything like that. More like where it's like more bandwagon. YouTube is usually very organic. People that follow you are just going to follow you all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. So that's why I take my time. I don't want nobody following me that's a flake. I only want people to follow me. I only want people following me that are real. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everybody who continues to be part of the chat tonight, continues to grow and follow me every time I come on live. Even those who are following, but they ain't on live. So the main thing for me is not that, man. I don't really focus my energy on that. I'm just focused on the growth of my characters. Karjakz Vs Assassins, comic universe, animation universe. So like I was saying, man, these three books are the reason why I have a comic book today. Without these three books, I wouldn't have a comic book. So, and look, I'm going to show you the animation intro right quick, but I went version 1, version 2, version 3. And that's how I got this comic book. Now, what happened next was the book itself. This is the cover. I started off with this one right here, y'all, because I wanted to have small version of my book, but then I just want to have this size version of my book, and I realized, wait, it's kind of small. Maybe I want to get something a little bit more different, something better. So sure enough, I kept on, I started working on the bigger one. Oh, I just thought of the polling question. Oh, I got an awesome question. Would you rather I got an idea. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Thank you for. Hey, look, I see a bunch of people joining us. I like this. Look, y'all, comic books. I'm gonna break it down. Right now, I'm actually trying to write the poll question of the day. I just got a cool question. Thank all of y'all for writing the like button, man. I appreciate y'all. I see lately, boy, we've been getting a lot of likes, so I'm liking that. So, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second to write this thing down. To ask y'all the poll question. Yeah. I just thought of a cool question. Hey, this is a good question right here. Yes. That's actually a good question. Oh. All right, there we go. So y'all, look, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being patient. Sometimes when you're typing, man, that stuff takes forever. But yo, the poll question of the day is, y'all, what would you rather create? Karjakz Vs Assassins animations or Karjakz Vs Assassins comic series? So, you know, that's where it's at. So look, now back to my comics anyway. The main thing for me is when I created this comic book, I just wanted to have something of my own that I created. And that's what led to the comic book. I got to the point where I had hit version 5. And once you hit version 5 or something, you kind of have to like decide where you want to go. And when I hit version 5, my character was like, oh crap, it's time to do a comic book. And because, you know, I've always wanted an animation series. So, and I was like, well, I'm learning how to animate, but this comic stuff, man, I could get on that quick, fast. So I got to work, y'all. It's not easy getting followers. It's not easy doing what I did. I spent 9 years creating this comic book. It started in 2011. Excuse me, 2009, actually, no, 2016. So 2016, I started this mission of this comic book, and I didn't finish till 2025. Literally full, complete finish, where I'm talking about, like, I have copyrights, all that kind of stuff, man. Usually when you do what I'm doing, like something like what I do, usually people give up. Because a lot of the independent artists, they really have no outlet to getting out what they're trying to do. Well, I do. Not only do I have a social media platform, but I've got a website. Sorry, y'all. I've had a long day. And look, part of being successful like that is you just understanding. So look, let's break down the comic book, and then I'm going to show you all the animations too, as well. So look, yeah, this is one of those get here, talk about stuff. If y'all got cool questions about the comic book, happy to answer. Only thing I can't show is everything in the book, because I want people to actually go buy this. And the way you support me is by buying it. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? People talk about supporting, but they ain't buying. don't say you're supporting if you ain't buying. You can support by buying. You know what I mean? So y'all look, check this out. So the comic book, the original design was this. This was the small version, and then as I started to have to clean areas around. Um, then I got the bigger one. And so look, check this out. This right here is, you can see the size difference. And don't worry, I'm about to compare them to difference. So I made one smaller. I was like, oh, we better make a bigger one. And so it wasn't until I actually opened up the comic book. You see that? That's the small version. That I realized, well, I might need something bigger. So it's when I switched over to the bigger one. This is is as big as a calendar. Look. You can literally fit the small one inside it. You know what I mean? So now that I'm realizing, I'm like over here, like I need to change this. So I did. I got a bigger size. I wanted more, more. I want it to be more easier to read. That's probably one. But that's probably my main reason for creating a bigger comic book. I just wanted something easier to read, and I want everybody to be able to understand what they're reading and see what they're reading. Because all I did was really take the small one and make it a bigger one. That's usually what you're supposed to do. So, you know what I'm saying? So look, let's check this out. You can see the cover. You can see the heroes. The Karjakz are on this side. The assassins, the villains are on this side. You got Cajun, Escalade, Sincere, Shepherd, Diesel, Glocks, Rasputin, Shepherd. So, part of this journey, and look, and then you got the assassins on this side. You got Yukon, Kanji, Snipes, Sanusi Artillery, Excursion. So that's where you're at with it. And look, it's man, who was writing something crazy, man? People, you know you do. Let me say something. People are gonna laugh, but I got a setting in my writing thing where you say anything inappropriate is gonna block you. So it's not just gonna allow you to drop any racist type of garbage over here on my platform. And if it does, I'm gonna block you. So yeah, so you got the outside of the comic book. So these are the heroes: Yukon, Kanji, Snipes, Excursion, Sanusi Artillery, Revo, Seth, and then the Coyotes. Then of course you got the backside of the comic book, right? So I had never done a comic book. I was gonna do something pretty kind of cool, spectacular, something original, right? And then of course you got the inside of that Joker right there. You know what I mean? And look, a lot of artists right now, you can actually block. You can actually try. You can actually be. You can actually get a copy of this. And I think when you're on my website, the copies go as you can get two copies. You can either get this one or the small one. This one is $200. The other one's $400. Now I'm showing you the inside of the comic so you can actually see a story. I can't show you everything because if I show you everything, you're not going to buy it. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not with that. Oh, show you a comic for free. I'm not working for free. Heck no. I didn't do all this work so I can give it out for free. That ain't gonna happen. So these right here are Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day comic book. As you can see, the two sizes. Look at this. Get in where you fit in. So, you know, it's part of the journey. But I don't think I would have never released this comic book if I never got over my fear of we're in a recession. Whether we're in a recession or not, I didn't really care after a while. All I said to myself, you know what? August 27th, 2025, this book is coming out. And it was the smartest move I ever made because thanks to this book, my YouTube channel has grown exponentially. And I do exponentially. So, like, that's why I was doing these Monday segments, talking live, letting y'all know about the comic book. Now, this is the comic book, right? But now let me show y'all the animation, the animation intro that led to me creating my own excuse me, y'all. You know, man. Ooh, give me a second. I got an idea. Oh yeah. Today's just me showing off the okay, finally got a vote in. About time. Took long enough. Let me see. I wonder if I can pull off being on TikTok on my computer at the same time too. Probably not, but it don't hurt to try. Yeah, I guess you can't. That ain't gonna happen. So, y'all, I was trying to go on TikTok too at the same time, but I'm not doing that. So look, let me show y'all the animation intro. And the cool thing about creating this animation intro, y'all, I've got something even more cooler coming. Oh, this is gonna be so sick. I guess okay, so look, right here. Give me a second. Here we go. Oh, crap. Yeah. I guess I can't do the TikTok thing. That's pretty cool. Yo, so that's the animation intro. That's one I'm going to show you. But that's really today. Like it's the comic book is available, and look, and it's back to the bio book too. The thing about the bio book or the comic book, the bio books is what led to the creation. I really can't get on TikTok. I guess I can maybe. Maybe I can. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I guess I can't. I don't know how to, man, forget this. Yep. All right, forget that. I was trying to go both, but I ain't worried about that. So basically, man, for anybody who's a fan of comics, you want something original idea, this is definitely the one for you. You gotta take this and go ahead and get one of these on my website, soundvision.com, man. You're not gonna really get it's an original design. It's not something you've ever seen before. It's just what it is. So the biggest thing, what led to me was like I started off with the idea of just having an animation series. Then after, as I worked through as an animator, I said, man, I should just go ahead and create a comic book. This would be sick. And me not knowing that the comic book would eventually lead to me having other comic books. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up with this right here, man. Y'all, this is where it is at. You know what I mean? So Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day comic book available now on soundvision.com. And if you love comics, if you love original ideas, you got to go get you one of these right here. So y'all, and then of course, I want to thank if I forget, I'm trying to think. Oh man, I just went blank, y'all. I hate when that happens. But yeah, most of it is just really how are you a fan of original art? Are you a fan of original concepts? If you're gonna get these comic books, are you a fan of well, supporting as well? So more, I mean, I feel like more than what it used to be, artists should be independent. There's no reason why you should have an agent or have somebody signing you. I don't care how much they're paying. You can manage yourself. If I wasn't independent, this book you're looking at wouldn't have been created. So I'm so grateful for my independence and grateful that I had the courage to just say, you know what? I'm creating this book and that's all there is to it, and that's a done deal. So y'all, that's where we're at, man. So y'all, I gotta get up out of here. It's been late. I've been awake since God knows when. I'm feeling kind of fatigued, man. So I'm gonna get up out of here. But there's two things I always say. Oh, before I forget. Oh my God, I literally forgot. Almost forgot, y'all. Which do y'all want to see first? Sneakers or posters? Probably show y'all sneakers first. Then after that, I'm gonna show y'all posters, and then we'll get up out of here. Look at these right here. These are Baltas 3 high tops, Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day Special. You see that? So this is next level cool. And then we'll put this back in the bag. Look at this. This is all to commemorate the comic book, y'all. I'm actually designing a new pair of sneakers right now. The one I'm designing next is a running sneaker. So it's made for running. You know what I mean? But this is a sick sneaker. So look, let's have a look at it right there. I'm gonna put it back in the bag. Yes, I have a bag that all my sneakers go into. When you buy a sneaker from me, you get a bag, complimentary bag. You need Spawn? Well, feel free to order Spawn on the website. You can go to the website and get Spawn. Spawn is available. Spawn is definitely available, so feel free to go to the website and get Spawn. So, I always tell people, don't just talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Feel free to go to the website and get Spawn. I've got Spawn. I got all kinds of characters. Oh, you talking about the hoodie? Yeah, the hoodie Spawn is on the website. Yeah, definitely the hoodie Spawn is on the website. Let me actually see. Give me a second. I'm actually gonna look for the hoodie right now for you. Spawn hoodie. What's about Spawn? Huh. You bought my items. Well, if you bought them out of Cena order. Since I haven't seen no order, then you didn't really buy nothing. You've bought my stuff before. I don't know about all that. So all of y'all, for anybody, also too, I'm trying to remember, whenever you buy it, whenever any character that I've drawn, I can pretty much put on any piece of apparel that I've created. So y'all be sure. So for anybody who wants to check out cool gear, that's the link to the Spawn stuff. Yeah, but check these out, right, y'all. I'm about to show y'all some art. Now, this art right here I'm gonna show y'all is to commemorate the Karjakz Vs Assassins comic book. Y'all remember the comic book I was showing y'all? Well, this is all the posters, all the character posters right here. So I've made some upgrades too, and look, while y'all are at it, be sure to share, like, subscribe, and definitely hit that notification button. So look, check this out, y'all. This entire thing is just gonna be straight Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day. You see right here, Karjakz Vs Assassins Training Day, the entire comic book right there. You got the Assassins, you got the Karjakz right there. Then you got Karjakz, the entire hero team. You got the team right here. You got Cajun, Escalade, Rasputin, Seth, Glocks, Shepard, Diesel. So that's all the heroes right there. And of course, can't forget Sphinx right there. You got Diesel, you got Shepard, you got Glocks right here, Sincere, Cajun, Escalade, Rasputin. And of course, each one by themselves, right? Cajun, Sphinx. So when people say they buy, I don't really remember. You got Escalade, you got Sincere, no, I do not. I do not have the Black Samurai Nabuta. No, sir. That's more fan art. No, I don't have. I've been staying away from fan art lately, man. I've just been keeping it original. So I haven't been doing fan art for a while. I probably the last one fan art I drew was Black Panther Shuri. But that ain't no Black Panther Shuri, so nope. Definitely. Let me keep going before I forget. Basically, you got Cajun and Sphinx right here. So Cajun and Sphinx the tiger. Then you got Escalade right here. You got Sincere right here. You got Glocks right here. You got Rasputin right here. I can't wait for the day when people are like, man, no, Glocks is my favorite. No, Cajun is my favorite. No, this is my favorite. That's going to be such a cool feeling. I'm already getting that already. You got Diesel. You got Shepard. So those are all the heroes right there. And then, of course, let me show you the villains. You got the Assassins. You got Sanusi, Seth. You got Artillery, Excursion. You got Kanji. You got Revo. You got Snipes. You got Yukon. You got the Coyotes. So y'all, that's all the posters, man. That's all the art. That's my night tonight. If you're a fan of the art, be sure to visit the website sanusi.com and check out all the cool, awesome gear that I got, man. We got all kinds of mess up in there, man. So we got all kinds of cool gear too. So be sure to check it out. Karjakz Vs Assassins training day, man. It's a dream come true. I'm very how can I put this nicely? I'm blessed. I feel like when you work hard, you do the right things, the universe eventually comes back and pays you back. And the universe gave me one hell of a payment. It let me create the entire universe. And that universe is gonna feed me one day. It's gonna give me a house. It's gonna give me all the things that I'm looking for. All I gotta do is just work towards it. So y'all, continue to inspire and achieve. Yep. Okay, so let me see what else I need. Yeah, yo, I'm tired. So I've been awake for a while. But yeah, comic book, please. And let me put the link into the chat before I forget. I knew I was forgetting something. Y'all can feel free to go get it. And the person who was asking me about Spawn, if they're still there, that's the link to the Spawn chat. So for all those who are going to be fans, buyers can't be choosers. But hey, this comic book is available. Be sure to go get a copy of it for yourself. Join the movement, man. Join the movement. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm trying to grab. I'm just plugging one more thing for y'all, and I'm up through, man. Okay, that's it. So y'all, that's a good deal right there. Both links are in the chat for all those who want to click, because I know people hate going to search for stuff. People hate going to search for stuff sometimes. So there it is in the chat. So y'all, there's two things I always say, and I always remember when I say this. One, there's no success in skipping steps. The back of the line is just as important in front of the line. Be determined, not desperate. Then the second one, your dreams can be delayed, but must never be extinguished. So with your time while the universe delivers the right hand. Be determined, not desperate. Y'all, it's been an awesome night. Look, my quote of the day was basically, where's this thing? Let me get it. Yeah, there it is. So look here, y'all. My quote of the day. An early start is for victors. Working through the night is for champions. Aspire and achieve. I do like bookie. So I literally came up with a cool slogan. So I'm going to show it to y'all so y'all can see it too. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at, man. You can't complain about complaints when you're not doing nothing, but I am. I'm always on my grind. So those who start early always finish late. As far as people that get in that work, that put in that work. You know what I'm saying? So thank all of y'all for joining me tonight, man. Continue to inspire and achieve. I'll see you next Monday when we talk about Karjakz Vs Assassins Day again. But I'll be back on Thursday for my podcast. And also, too, if you're a fan of my other podcast, Cultural Capitalism. Cultural Capitalist, me and my boy King Kimba, man, every Thursday. So, and then, of course, my podcast, my personal podcast is Sanusi Vision on Life Podcast. Don't know the title yet. I'll tell y'all when we get to Thursday. But thank y'all for always supporting me. Thanks to y'all, I've grown my channel. My channel has grown exponentially. Even though some of y'all see me take a nap, y'all, I am tired. I don't see me staying awake any little longer. You know what I mean? It's good to get some rest, but in this world where you pursue a dream, rest is not always affordable. You got to get it while you can get it. You know what I mean? So y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a good night. Thanks for joining me tonight. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.